Are you downsizing? Maybe need more room because of additions to the family, or possibly seeking that dream home you've always wanted? Well, Tim Eisner at Royal LePage Atlantic is the guy for you. With a proven track record and multiple awards, Tim goes above and beyond to find out your needs and exactly what you're looking for. So if you're seeking a new home or trying to sell your current one, contact Tim at 902-499-5717 or check him out on Facebook at Tim Eisner. Again, that's 902-499-5717. Trust me, when all is said and done, we'll be saying Tim Eisner strikes again. Hey, what is going on? Hope everyone had a fantastic long weekend. Welcome to episode 96 of Outside the Chute. I'm your host, Randy Frame. This week's OTC Player of the Week comes to us from California as Abby Love takes home the weekly honors. Abby hit .692 with a home run, 5 RBIs, and 4 runs scored as her and the Batbusters Gomes Black 18 squad competed at the pre-Memorial Day tournament in Stockton, California. Awesome job, Abby. Best of luck the rest of the season. On to this week's guest, and we sat down and chatted with 2019 WBSC Coach of the Year, head coach of the Argentina men's national team, Julio Gamarci. Julio has quite the impact on the game in this country since joining the Argentina men's national team in 1991. As a player, he would play in many ISF and Pan Am tournaments, as well as competed in the ISCs with teams like Larry Miller Toyota out of Salt Lake City and County Materials out of Wisconsin. Julio's definitely made his mark in the game from coaching the men's national team. He has brought the country to the top of the mountain in men's Fastpitch, where they are defending WBSC Champions from their epic win in 2019. The team also won PanAm Games gold that same season, and most recently won the Pan Am Championship tournament on home soil a few weeks ago. We're going to talk to Julio about getting a start in the game down in Argentina, what the Fastpitch scene was like growing up there, his time playing in North America, of course the 2019 WBSC win, and much, much more. Julio was an absolute treat for Hopi and I to chat with. To be able to sit down and chat the game with one of the most respected coaches in the game today was pretty cool, I must say. With that being said, grab that drink, sit back, relax, cause here we go.
I got the world in my palm, lights, camera, action, it's on. I can't describe what I'm feeling, ain't never felt this freedom. I got the world in my palm, lights, camera, action, it's on. Ain't never felt this freedom. Could you say that anything goes, anything goes, anything goes, anything goes, anything goes, anything goes.
Hi.
Hey, Dick, how are you?
Good, how's it going?
Good, man.
Good.
Nice day.
Yep, very nice day.
Beautiful. The weather's really changing. It's beautiful.
Coming around now.
Yeah, ball fields are drying up beautifully. We're getting new lights next Wednesday, I think.
We better be.
Yeah, Harv, you dick.
Man, being out there last night, we were on the field last night, and it got dark.
Yeah, and it's not supposed to be.
Yeah, I know. Like, we had the lights on.
Yeah. No, it was good. It's nice to get on the ball field finally.
Yeah.
We had our skill sessions for our kids from 6 to 7, 7 to 8, and I think they really enjoyed being outside.
Yeah.
They're all pretty jacked up. We're going to scrimmage next Wednesday with the kids.
Right on.
As long as the weather's nice, knock on wood.
Yeah. Knocking right there.
Yeah. Kids have improved tremendously.
I know.
From the week.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
So it's great to see.
Yeah,
like, especially there was some of the girls there that are taking part in their swings.
Yeah.
Especially I noticed the one, like the station where Brody was lobbing in.
Yep.
And man, some of them
squared up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice. I'm glad they're listening.
Yeah.
Some kids don't get it.
Then you had some of the boys getting in there trying to hit it over top of the backstop.
Oh man,
like,
that pisses me off.
Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah. Anyway, the kids are getting better, which is very nice. Nice the weather's changing, and I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Ball starting this weekend for us.
Yes.
Doubleheader.
When
Yeah. Sunday.
this comes out, we would have already played it. But,
that's right.
It'll be, it's going to be good to get on the field and actually get in a game.
Yep.
Get some reps in, and then we got our shooters kickoff tournament
next weekend
coming up on May 27th, May 28th in Lance. If anybody's around, come on out.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get the boys out.
Yeah. And then the following weekend after that, we start our Maritime Fastpitch League.
Not the weekend after that. 2 weekends after that.
No. The weekend after the
That's the June
kickoff.
1st weekend?
June 3rd.
You're confusing me.
No, I'm not. May 27th,
really
May 28th. And then June
after
3rd.
the kickoff. I apologize. Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant after this
We're
weekend.
on even keel now.
There you go.
So yeah, we're in Fredericton for that. And that's going to be a great tournament. East Coast Showdown. It's labeled. Softball New Brunswick's putting it on. It's going to be our Maritime League, which is Charlottetown, us, the Mastodons, Nova Scotia Canada Games team, New Brunswick Canada Games team, and the Quebec Canada Games team are coming down.
It's fantastic.
That's going to be nice to play those boys. Plus, there's 2 girls divisions going as well.
Female Canada Games.
Yeah, female Canada Games, and I think I'm pretty sure it's a U18.
U18
tournament as well. So I mean, lots of ball. Which actually, I might get the camera out and get some content for outside the shoot. Especially the girls side of things, and
for sure,
help promote them.
Speaking of the girls side of things, I'm sorry, but running our skill stuff, we've had the luxury of having Belle Ashley with us from Prince Edward Island. She lives 5 doors down from Charity on the west side.
West side. Leary.
Yeah. So Elsie had contacted me, would have been last fall, and said, when you guys get out, can you invite Belle out? Because she wants to get swings and get at reps and, ground balls, whatever it may be.
She's at Dow. She's at
Dow. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. So she's staying in the city. So I did contact her and let her know what was taking place. And then finally, when we were able to get into a gym and what have you, she joined us. Well, she helps out every week from 6 to 7, 7 to 8, and then sticks around for our skills with the senior men and the Canada Games kids. And I have to say, as far as kids go and respectful and knowledgeable and just giving back, she is a beauty.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Hell of a ball player too. Like we were just talking about her swing last night on BP. You didn't slow you were still throwing at 33 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
Her swing it's great. It's improved a lot over the winter for the last 8 weeks with us too. And she's just a beauty kid.
Yeah. Like I said to you, I mentioned the Hooder there and said, we have
Hooder's one of our coaches, right?
Yeah. On the Canada Games team. I said, we have Bella, and he was like, she's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
And I said, well, she's only going to be better for you because she's definitely like coming along big time.
Oh, 100%. Oh, and not to mention she travels now because she's doing her residency or clinical, at a hospital in Amherst. She travels from Amherst on Wednesday nights to come up for ball.
See,
what a kid.
That's dedication.
100%, man.
A lot of other people listening that,
Yeah. Yeah, I do know. Yeah.
Dedication. I mean, it's so awesome to see. And good for Belle.
Yeah.
We got a pretty big guest on today.
Yes, sir. Julio
Gamarci from Argentina, the head coach of the Argentina national team.
Yeah. They're
doing big things.
Yeah.
They're doing big things.
Yeah.
They're now a perennial powerhouse in the men's side of things in the WBSC, and it's great to see. It's no longer just Canada, New Zealand, and Australia.
Yeah, we've talked about it a few times.
Yeah, like Argentina, Japan, like Czech Republic, USA, like everybody's coming along now. So I mean, I think the biggest thing I'm excited to hear of this podcast today is getting to see how Julio brought them along. And
when was the switch flipped type thing? Yeah,
right.
When did they become that powerhouse, and how did he do it?
Because like early on in I think it would have been like 2012. Well, 2015 would have been when Canada won in Saskatoon, and I think they were coming up.
Mullally.
Oh no, won't mention that. But I mean,
Steve.
They were like getting up to like 4th or 5th around there. But I mean, prior to that, they were always like 8th, 9th, around there.
Yep.
So it's that's one thing I want to know. I want to know what their
development looks like too. Yeah. As we just spoke about, they all live in the same place,
city, pretty much. Yeah.
It's pretty hard for us to do that in Canada.
Yeah, I know.
Hey guys,
can everybody move to Lance?
Yeah. Hey Hans, you're coming from BC.
Yeah. Team Canada. Can everybody move to St. John's, Newfoundland? Because that's where
they're all from there anyway. For Christ's sake.
So anyway, let's get to Julio.
Sounds great.
Yo.
All right, here we go. Hola, Julio. ¿Cómo estás hoy?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm muy bien, gracias.
Oh, excellent.
How are you guys?
Was my Spanish good? Was my Spanish good there?
Yes, you're doing good. Keep practicing.
No, we just practiced that for a half an hour. So,
Well, you're going good.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
Half an hour every day. Maybe you can have my bad English like I do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. How's things going down in Argentina today?
Well, things are going well. We're getting the first cold weather here in my city. We don't have really cold weather like you have over north over there.
Yeah.
But we're near below zero today, so it's quite cold for us. Yes,
I would never expect that. Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We don't have many days like this.
Yeah.
But anyway, sometimes it happens. So we're happy with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Right on. Well, I got to first off, got to start off by congratulating you and the team on the Pan Am win a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, fantastic.
How awesome was that winning on home soil?
Yeah, well, it's amazing. Thanks for the congratulations, of course, but it's amazing to play in front of your beloved people, especially because we take a lot of time out of our families to play ball, and they deserve to see how happy, how fulfilled we are when we play ball.
Yeah.
And they understand why we are doing that. It's just a selfish thing. It's a passion that we have, and they got to see how other teams are doing too. They put everything together to get better every day, and so it was a good show, but it was like giving back our beloved people, families, friends, and generally the guys, everybody that was over there. Why we do things in an amateur sport, and all the passion that we put in together,
Mm-hmm.
and winning, it's something that you don't really expect. One team always win, and the rest of the teams are losing. So
Yeah.
It was really special.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and like Hopi and I, we talked about it while the games were going on. Like watching it on the feed, the atmosphere there just looked electric. And I mean, like like being there in person, what was that like?
Well, we're in our city. We are getting we're getting a prestige and if I can say that, and respect from the whole citizens of our city, because we are sport in everywhere worldwide, and especially men, and they start to follow us quite a few decades ago. Follow us. I mean us. When I say us, I say softball.
Yeah.
And after we won, the major tournaments like the PanAm Games or the World Tournament, it was like an explosion. So it's not only the people that like softball that are coming to watch the games. It's the other people that it's coming. So the atmosphere, it's really, like you say, it's really electric, because there's a lot of people that don't know the game, that are expecting things, and when things happen, they just explode.
Yeah,
and that's the way we are going to get this game bigger. Thinking about that outside the lines, we have to be a show. Like every other professional sport, in between the lines of the field, we are competing. It's a game that we're competing, but for the people that is watching, it have to be something really fun, fun to watch. And so that's why you are going to cultivate other people's. If not, you are just hunting in the zoo.
Yeah,
you're just hunting at the zoo. You just. The people that like your sport is there, of course, but the other people is got to be there in order to get that stadium packed. Yeah, and that's the way we should be working to.
Absolutely. Now, down there, is it mainly like in the area of Piranha that people love and follow the game?
Say that again, please. Sorry.
Like, is it mainly like the area like of Piranha, like where essentially that's where everybody is located?
Yeah, well, it's a city that had the more developed the our sport.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
in our country, is like the capital city. That's why the president of the WBSC Americas says we are at the capital of softball of Argentina, and that stadium we call like a cathedral, you know, because everybody is going to that place. It's pretty much the same as Oklahoma City, you know, for the ISSA.
Yes, yeah, that makes sense.
And you know that everybody goes there to play their, you know, the major tournaments, and that's happened here. And but the other cities are growing because of the impact of the, you know, the our sport in internet, especially in the streaming.
Yes.
Live it's getting, you know, it's getting their job done. So we should be, you know, really aware of that and try to get every game on streaming, you know, so the kids can watch it and say, hey, I want to play like, you know, that guy. I love that guy, and start to, you know, get into it.
Yeah, our sport needs to be more recognized. I know that there are some people that don't even know what softball or fast pitch is, to be honest. They think it's slow pitch. So we do need to get it out there live streamed. I agree 100%.
Yeah. But I mean, the game should be for everybody. I'm not against the slow pitch because you know, some guys just can't. But
I am.
There's some people that I know that, and I respect that. But you know, there's some people that they have no. You know, they got no other place to play.
That's right. Yeah.
They won't be hitting. It's frustrating. It's frustrating trying to hit a ball that's coming like 75 miles per hour to you. You know, and you don't see it. You just see BBs. You know, I've been there. I know how it feels. So you know, and the ball is coming down like floating, and you really like to just smash the ball. But you know, we need to put. We need to put our you know, fast pitch. It's our job to put it, you know, on the spotlight.
That's right.
I don't think you know, that's other job. You know, if slow pitch disappear, we're still not right there. We need to do a lot of things to do.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, you hate it. You hate it anyway.
Yeah.
I got it.
So let's get on with your career there, Julio. How did you get your start in the game? School, primary school. I was like 8, 9. We played in the backyard of the school. I mean, in the patio, we say. We started. I remember we loved. It was just not with a bat. It's more like baseball 5. Okay.
You know how they play. Okay, you use your hands.
Yeah.
So we use like a tennis ball, and. We started our classes at 7:45. Imagine this. The kids we started to show up at the school at 6:45.
Wow.
So we had time to get our teams. You know,
that's awesome.
By 7 we start to play. We played like for half an hour over there, and we really love it. And then in Argentina, it's like in other countries, not many in the US. We have clubs, but like multi sport clubs.
Okay,
so in a club you get a tuition. I mean a membership, and there's a lot of, you know, you can play rugby, tennis, soccer, softball, whatever, a lot of sports. And I started to play about when I was 10. In a club, so I started to play like organized softball at 10 years old, and then, you know, I got one of those coaches that get you in love with the game when you're a kid, and then I'm just in love. I mean, it's something that it's my passion. I can't avoid it. You know, there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah. So I play. I have my chances to play a lot of levels, and I'm very I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah. So, well, you just mentioned a coach there. Who were some of the people that played a big part in your development growing up?
First coach was a guy who still is in love with the game. He played for the national team. He was one of the best players of his time during the 80s and in the early 90s. And then I got another coach right here that worked with a Cuban. We started to bring Cubans in other sports before the PanAm Games that were playing in Argentina in '95. Mm-hmm. We got a cooperation, and our softball was really it wasn't a developed sport right here. So we got a lot to learn. And then we got another one that was Mike Stapleton, a guy from.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, Mike. Okay.
From New Zealand.
Yeah, he was born in Australia and then he moved to New Zealand.
Okay.
And then he was traveling around the world and he had great help. And those coaches were awesome. And I had some coaches that I learned a lot in the U.S. From Utah, from Wisconsin. I got really lucky to have a lot of coaches that I can learn a lot.
Right,
yeah,
right on. So you mentioned to me earlier today in a text that you joined the national team in '91. What was the lead up, to joining that team? How did that evolve to get onto that team?
Well, in '91 was the first time that Cuban coach Jose Quintana came over to Argentina, mm-hmm. and he saw that we got a lot of players that old players that needs to be replaced, and I was a young guy who was 16, 17, and I started to work every day with him. As well as other guys. Yeah. And it happened that I was a catcher. It happened that our best catcher in the national team got seriously injured and he couldn't play anymore. Oh. And that opened a gap from a replacement over the national team. And I guess these Cuban guys saw me something that I don't know what was it.
I saw something.
Just the energy and the work ethics. I have never underestimated the power of will. Like something that is really moving in a player, because I wasn't that those one of those guys that had that touch that was really talent. Yeah. So I was a working horse more than that. And some coaches, I guess, estimate that kind of quality on a person, and that was that. I never imagined that I had that chance. Mm-hmm. And when they say it, I was touching my hands, touching the sky with the hands. And it started like that. And then, one thing goes to another. And I really never left the team till I got retired in 09. So it was a long journey, long and happy journey.
Yeah. I guess it was. Now, what do you recall about playing in some of those early international tournaments?
Losing a lot of games, but we were always eager to learn. And I remember being in talking with the Canadians and US players, and all the time trying to learn a lot of things. We were just guys that were open to anything that can help us to get better. And still we are. One of the things that we have is like that attitude that we know that we can learn every day something good, something that can help us to get better. Right. And on that way, we had wonderful people that really was generous to us, from the big C man to, a guy that was coaching, on doing stats or scouting, even scouting. How can you do that? Why you do that? And what should I expect if I do that? Everything. So we were learning, step by step till we get our chance to. I get my chance with Roberto Valer to travel for the first time to play in the U.S. in '95. Right. Just because we knock the door and we find out Peter Meredith in one of those bedroom, and we start to talk with him. Roberto was a pitcher, I was a catcher, and we were really eager to get knowledge. And he was like, okay, you want to play in the U.S.? Of course, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who don't, Okay, so I can do something for you. I will try to do and see what I can do. And a legend like him, open a door that right now we have more than 60 players of Argentina playing in the U.S. and at the ISC level.
Yeah, amazing.
With a lot of, the biggest one and the lower ones, all the levels, but we are sending a lot of people there to keep on learning and keep on competing.
Yeah.
And that's just a way to get the game bigger too,
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I was wondering how you ended up in Salt Lake City with Larry Miller and Peter Meredith was behind that. Actually, I talked with Billy Hillhouse quite a bit, and he actually informed me about that. Didn't you you and Roberto room with him for a bit when you were in Salt Lake City?
Yeah. Well, Billy is he's a gentleman. He's a worldwide. He used to be a worldwide ambassador for our team for our game.
Hey,
and he was the one that when we get there, he was one of the players that really helped us understand how the game was playing there, how we have to behave, in certain things, and we still, get in touch with him, and when I say we, I say Roberto and me.
Yeah.
We feel that he's a really friend. He was a really special person over there for us.
Yeah.
And Ken Hackmeister too.
Okay. Yep.
Kenny was someone that really helped us. Those guys had the big picture of the game.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Those guys had the really big picture. They are not selfish. They want to win, of course. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to win, but they had that big picture too. To get this game bigger, not only for me, for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I got props to Billy. He plays a big part in us getting guests on here, and Don Tricker and you, of course, he set me up with you, and I mean Billy plays a big role in helping promote the game, that's for sure. What was your first impression of life in the U.S. at that time?
Well, I was 21 years old. So
perfect age.
I just, I just want to get over and live over there. It was like amazing,
Yeah.
We got a lot of things to do, and we were living a dream. Playing ball. The league over Salt Lake City was a good league. We play Tuesday and Thursday. And then on weekends we got tournaments, so it was something like amazing for us.
Oh yeah.
But then I got a couple of years over there, and I was studying at the university, and I started to feel that my will of finish of my career wasn't there, so I got to make a decision and say, okay, I'm gonna quit, going to the U.S. I had to finish my school because I don't know what is going to be, after. Yeah. So it was a good decision because I finished, and then I could come back and have my revenge,
Yeah.
And I was playing in a good team, so I got a lot of fun too. In almost 10 years after that.
Right. Now,
A little less. Less.
Yeah. Now you got to attend your first ISC in '95 in Sioux City, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you recall about that? Because I mean, the ISC is such a big tournament.
Well, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That ISC in that, in the 90s, 48 teams, everybody had to qualify.
Yeah.
The uniforms, the people around the surrounding people around the Sioux City were amazing. And that was a tournament that Darren Sack got those 10
Oh, that's right, too.
games in a row. Yeah. So watching that, and we lose. We lost against him. Larry Miller lost 2 in a row.
Wow.
So I was there. I just got there to do some base running.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was with the team to pinch run, but we lost 2 games in a row. The final and the grand final against that superior performance of Darren Sack.
Yeah.
and it was nothing we can do. And somebody had to tell you this. Billy, I think Billy was there too.
Mm-hmm.
We got a guy that hit a ball just to the fence, the top of the fence, to win the game. But it goes, the ball, instead of go out, it just bounced in.
That's right too. I remember Billy told us that on his podcast.
Yeah. So the gods of softball just want to
Wasn't your turn.
and the Gators, for the first time, a Canadian team, I think was that won the tournament, and it was something for the ages.
Yeah,
his performance. Yeah, it was for me, it was amazing.
Oh,
really
yeah.
amazing.
Well, being able to watch that, I mean, that's like a folklore in the history of our game.
Yes.
Him in that performance in '95 for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
and I got my T-shirt too. I got my T-shirt too. Huh?
Oh,
okay. I don't have 2 on a T-shirt. I got more than 2 on a T-shirt, but anyway,
Yeah, that's okay.
It happens. It could happen too. How was it 2 on a T-shirt?
No.
All right.
Speaking about '95. Of course, you mentioned earlier you guys hosted the PanAm Games that year. What was that? That had to be an incredible experience.
Yeah. We had in PanAm Games were different because they qualified 10 teams
right
for the PanAm. Then they go to 8 and 9, and now they go to 6. So, but that time we got the first time that we qualified 10, but only 8 teams were here. So they decided to do a double round robin. So we played a lot of games, and it was fun because the first round was really good for us because I don't know why, but it was really good for us. Mm-hmm. And so we say we got a lot of physical training. So the second round is going to be better for us.
Yeah.
But we didn't count that by that time we didn't play so much games. So the specific training of playing a lot of games, we didn't have that training. So the second round, it wasn't too good for us. So we didn't make the playoff. and now we know, you have to do your workouts at the gym and then your track, but still you have to play a lot of games during a weekend or during a week in order to, have this concentration and this manage of the stress that a player have to do. You get really tired of the stress of playing, especially when you play against, every game against a good team. Yeah. So, but anyway, it was a great experience. Like every experience that you play in your hometown. Yeah. Now at that time, you would have been facing guys like Darren Zach and Mike Pietnik and yes. Oh yeah. Yes, of course. What was it like getting in the box against them? Yeah, and Pete Merrick was playing for the US and Rick Planger. Okay, yeah. And and the hitters were so superior to us.
Yeah.
And we play with a ball like it was a polycore ball, so the balls just go like for 100 meters. We're huge home runs. So for us, US and Canada were not one or two step beyond us. I mean, beyond the rest of the team.
Right.
They were like 10. When the world started to globalize, you start to get all the communications and the traveling were so easy to do. Then I think that's why our countries start to grow up our game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think too the US and Canada are getting lower level because you don't have as many players that you used to have. So the balance is we grow up and the countries of North America start to lower a little bit more than they used to be, and that's why we are a little even now. But that time, you probably had like 20 pitchers that can make any of the Latin American teams.
Yeah.
You can make the team. Probably 20 pitchers of Canada can make it easily because we didn't have the pitching.
Right.
We developed it.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Well, let's jump back to the ISC here for a little bit. 2001, 2003, you'd catch on with County Material out of Wisconsin, which is a very storied organization. What's the story behind joining them?
Well, national team. Sean Baker was coaching the national team, the U.S. national team. And he watched us, Argentina national team, and Lucas Mata, pitching was the first, major pitcher that we have.
He was okay.
Yeah, a little bit more than okay.
Just a little bit.
And so he decided to give us a chance. I guess. He was right to see something different in Lucas, and Lucas needed to, some catcher that speaks English, and can make things happen between him and the team. And I wasn't too bad, but I wasn't too good too. I was an average player. I consider myself, but anyway, he called us, and say, hey, do you want to play with us? And blah, blah, blah. And so we say, of course. Yes, I know. When he started to do, well, your teammates are going to be Mark Sorensen, Sean Reichik. And so we started to say, okay, of course. And it was really fun because we got a lot of tournaments and we got the pressure to win too. Johnny JB was a coach that he was putting real pressure on the players to perform, and so I start to see a different point of view of coaching, and start to learn how to manage that pressure. It was really tough at the beginning, but then I understood how things are going in teams that spend a lot of money on players and started to say, hey, you are here to perform. We need you to perform, like a pro player.
Yes,
and it was really good. We had fun too, of course, because that's not a work.
Yeah,
but anyway, we started to think about it as something that we should do. We need to perform. So it was a different space, and it was good, very good too.
So even back then, like between 2001, 2003, you were pretty much, taking it all in as far as the coaching aspect went, learning little things that you'd learn, like that you would use later on in life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Always.
Yeah.
Always. I was a catcher and I learned the game since I was really young to think about me and think about others too. And all those things I were learning. I had a little like a notebook, or not a notebook like that now.
Yeah.
Pencil and paper.
Yes.
So I started to do a little researching and started taking notes on all those kind of things and how I feel and see how things were going in different ways. And after all, I right now I'm using everything, and it wasn't that my purpose. I just want to learn and come back home and try to tell everybody how things were going over there, and not teaching, but tell them how things were going. So because again, in Argentina, we always want to learn. We love this game. We love to play good. And so we are always doing this. Always.
Wow.
Now we're doing this. And, reading other coaches of, I don't know, basketball, baseball. Don Trigger was someone that he's amazing. His career is something,
Oh, yeah.
It's beyond everything. So I guess... But it's just a way of life. I'm not saying that's the way it should be. I'm just like that.
Well, I think it's funny you mentioned the taking notes. I mean, you look back. I mean, we talked to Sean O'Brien on here and Mark Sorensen, and they did the same thing. Like they took notes of all the batters that would come in, and I mean, look at the careers they had. I mean, it only helps you, right? Taking notes.
Yes, because you have to figure out that. In softball, we don't have that, a guy that is working on that and give you the information.
Right.
So you have to do it by yourself.
That's right. So,
and I remember Mark doing this. He was, some guy that was a guy that studied the game, and he based his game. He's proud of being the number one of everything, And in order to do that, in order to do some extraordinary things, you have to perform extraordinary if you do extraordinary things every day. There's no way you can perform beyond the average level if you behave like an average guy. You have to do something different. And so I learned from those guys and start to work on that. And it's not hard. It just takes you, 10 to 15 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Just it's talking to yourself, and and you will forget something, but not the paper. The paper.
That's right.
Will remember everything. So I guess that's a good way. We still are trying to make the young guys doing this, but it's really hard. Even when they have the cell phone, you can talk to the cell phone and it gets there. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know why they don't do that.
Just put it on Twitter or Instagram, and they'll watch it and listen to it.
Yeah, taking notes.
Yeah. Now, when you retired in 2009, was the plan all along to get into the coaching side of things?
I knew I was going to be involved with the game, but I didn't know when. So I retired in Saskatoon, see, in the World Tournament, ISF. That was around July. And in December, I got a call to coach the junior national team. And of course, I say yes. So in January of 2010, I started to do the scouting all around Argentina to get, the talents, because the World Tournament were going to be in Argentina too in November of 2012.
Right.
So that was my first experience, and we put a great team together. We trained that team like it was going to the Olympics. Just like that, just copying the other sports, what other sports do, like when they go to the Olympic Games, or I don't know. For example, I don't know how, I don't know how ice hockey train right now that they got, the next Olympic Games. But we do that. We did that.
Mm-hmm.
So it came that we won that tournament. And I think other countries start to see that they have to start to get prepared a little bit more. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Not only just get the guys together and let's, the best guy and let's go play ball. Because 2 years later, we won it again. So I guess everybody say, how come these guys that they were always 6, 7, 8 right now are winning 2 in a row? What happened with that?
Wow.
There's no secret. We started to work and work and practice every day, and then physically and technically, like the other sports do.
Yeah.
I don't know, any other sports. Name anyone. I mean,
that's right.
And that's just I think that's the way it should be.
Well, Hopi, you pretty much answered our question right there.
Did, yeah.
We were one of the questions we wanted to ask was what was the thing that
flick the switch.
Yeah, flick the switch for Argentina to now you guys are a powerhouse. So I mean, I guess you just said work.
Yeah.
Work.
It's work. It's leadership. It's leadership convincing everybody that if you work, you're gonna get better, and you will have a shot. You will be in the last game in the last day.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the last day of the tournament, anything can happen.
Yeah,
anything can happen because the difference in between the best teams are who is doing the right thing at the right time.
Right.
But both teams are any of those teams can win. If you see the last final game that we have on the World Tournament against Japan, was a really colorful game. Any of those teams can win.
Oh yeah,
legitimately. I mean, nobody say, "Oh no, it was an upset." No, both teams played really good,
mm-hmm.
and we just make the masterpieces just when we need it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be on the last day.
Yes.
In order to be on the last day, it's not only talent. You have to work. And that's why New Zealand have won so many tournaments. They prepare more or they prepare better than other powerhouses.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's the key. And if we want to get this game bigger, the winners have to be changing, because if not, it's boring.
Yeah.
If one country always win, it's like there's no develop in this tournament. It's like I'm not saying that the women are bored to see, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not sitting down on a world tournament of women to see if, I don't know, Venezuela is going to win, or Mexico is going to win, or Czech Republic, or Japan or the US are going to win. Period.
Right.
There's no way that can do any other countries get there. And men's, we can do that because it's more spread, so it's more fun to watch.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's the way.
Oh, for sure. Now, actually, I have a question for you. How, from a coaching standpoint for you, how big is team chemistry in your book?
Hey, it should be number one.
Two. Yeah.
Because I mean, the thing is, if you just can't perform at the top of your level when you're going to a tournament, there's no way the team can win. In order to win a tournament, you have to be the best team in 10 days or 7 days. Not the best team of the world, but the best team in those days. And you have to live together, and you have to share things, and you have to share the bad things of your teammates and tolerate them, and see your teammate as a complete person with the good, the bad, and the ugly things.
Yeah.
and you have to choose it anyway.
Yeah.
I know this ugly part of you, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
But there's something bigger than you and me here.
Yeah.
And we can get along together. I'm not telling you to change. I'm just telling you that I will tolerate you as you can tolerate me. And in order to win, you need a lot of players performing at the closer to their 100% of capacity.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So the mental part of the game, it's really the emotional part of the game, not the mental part of the game. I see it's emotional because emotions are moving you, are getting your thoughts working and running. So if you really don't get your emotions in line, you, the coach, then your players are not going to do that. If you're not happy with the team, if you hate some player of the team, then it will, it's not going to work. So you have to start for yourself.
Yep. Yeah. Good words.
And when you start yourself and you start to, think about what you can do for the team as a coach and not just, giving orders and select players, and the players are starting to do the same. Mm-hmm. And if your leaders are doing those things, then the other guys, the younger guys, are doing that too. And so it's a chain reaction.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And now you get your chemistry, then you get your mojo.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Well, great way to put her. Well,
and there's another thing. The best players may not make the best team because some of the players are not going to play every day. And so you have to pick players that are comfortable with not playing every day because they are going to play less than every day, but they'll be happy.
Yes.
They'll be good with that. So they are when they get there, they will get with a great attitude. And maybe that guy is not the best player at that position, or is not better than the guy that you left home. But the guy that you left home, he doesn't know how to be at the bench. So he started to be mad. And when you get that mad attitude to the field, when you get it, then you're not going to perform well.
Yeah, so true.
And so the chemistry depends on that too. Select the people that know what they're part of they are part of the team, and they have to be happy with that.
Yeah,
they have to have the right attitude.
Yep. Man, couldn't have said it better. Well, yeah. What do you think, Opie? Yeah.
This is all stuff we talk about constantly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, love it.
Now, Julio, we gotta talk about 2019. I mean, obviously, massive year for Argentina in the game. You won Pan Am gold, but also WBSC world title in the Czech Republic. Let's walk through that. Let's walk through that tournament. I mean, first going in, most people are used to talking about Canada, New Zealand, Australia. What was your confidence level going into that tournament?
Well, I think it's fair that people talk about them because historically those countries were the countries that were winning.
Right.
But if you watch a little bit the picture bigger, then you started to see at the junior level. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when junior level, you're getting Japan in every final game of the last, I don't know, five world tournament, then that talent is coming up.
Yeah.
So though there's no way you can stop that. And it happened. Mm-hmm. And it happened. Previous to that, Japan beat 5 times in a row New Zealand with a guy that has 21 years old, Ryo Koyama.
Yes.
That kid, not the star, not Matsuda. The kid. Okay. So and New Zealand, I'm not talking about New Zealand, it's a bad team. No. He beat one of the best team in the world.
Yeah.
And see, that kid was a world champion on junior. when Mulmata was world champion in junior.
Yeah.
So those guys are coming because they're 25, 26, 27, 28. And it should explode. So when we get there, we were beating almost everybody. We have beaten Japan, New Zealand, we beat Canada, prior to that tournament. So we felt that, okay,
right,
if we beat everybody, we can do it this week too. And we started to work a lot of things out of the mental or emotional game and be resilient, you say in English?
Yep, resilient.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we started to see the game in a different way. And well, we got in a roll too. And some games were amazing. Like it won't happen again. Like the semifinals against Canada, we beat them 7-0.
7-0. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's. I mean, that's not the difference between Argentina and Canada.
Yeah.
It was just one game. Okay. With a couple of home runs. I mean, those pitchers were amazing, but our hitters were, on fire.
Yes.
So we get into the final game. And it was a really tough game. And one of the best games to watch, I think.
It was. I can remember watching it, and it was unreal. Like, I mean, there was there was a couple steal calls that I think were a little off, but
yes.
But I mean, other than that,
not a little.
Oh, just
too much.
yeah, a little too much. But I mean, just little. Actually, one thing I want to ask you in that game, like when you guys went down 2-0 in the third, what was from a coaching standpoint, what was your mindset, going in after the third inning?
Yeah. I have to tell you what happened with me before we get to the World Tournament and it won.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's going to take a little time, but it really matters.
Yeah.
Because I had a team that everybody say, okay, hey, this team needs to start to win. I don't know why these guys that are good, that are winning in the US, they are not winning together. What happened? So I start to think, okay, what happened? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? What happened with them? What happened? And I find out, no, it's not them, it's me. So yeah. So when I got a reunion, I got a meeting with our national government of the founding office of our government, and say, okay, what do you need to win the PanAm Games? Well, I need two things. I need someone who help us in the psychological part, and then I need a scouting software. Okay. Okay. Do you need someone psychologist, sports psychologist that travel to Paraná? No. I will travel to Buenos Aires with all the players. With all the players, they say, no, it's not for them. It's for me.
Wow.
I have to learn how to behave, how to behave and guide the team and get a leader of the team that get them the calm emotion, how can I say that? The feeling that they can win no matter what happened.
Yeah.
And if I don't feel like that, they won't feel like that. So I was traveling to Buenos Aires each 2 weeks to analyze my coaching with a specialist in Buenos Aires, and I guess we find a way to get that that thing that I need to change, not they need to change.
Yeah.
So that was the way that I felt that we can win the game any way that we were losing. On that final game, it's same as here. It's same as here. We started to when Bradley hit us a home run, Bradley Sikian in the first inning. I said, okay, guys, hey, take it easy. It's a 7-inning games. We need to stay calm. same as when we hit the first home run. When I he hit the first home run. I get the guys together. Okay, don't get too high. Just stay calm. We keep on going. When I was talking like that, the people start to shout with the second home run. So the guys just go outside again. So when they came back and say, okay, that's the second home run. So stay calm, don't get too high. We don't need that. We keep on working. And then the third home run. So everybody was like laughing at me. Shut up, please. We're enjoying the game. So, I'm trying to get those this space in between when you are high and when you are low in your temper. It has to be a little. You don't get too emotional on or depression or on excitement, because the game is going to be changing, and the time is not a factor here,
right?
And we got a lot of time to think in a game like our game. So
right.
So the mental part of the game was the key to stay calm and get that feedback to the players, just to make sure that they stay focused on right here, right now, and don't start to think about the future or the past.
Yep.
Just play the ball right now. So that was the key to stay calm.
Well, that's a good backstory for
it's amazing
for that. Like, yeah,
a lot of mindfulness.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of those kind of things that you can really start to work. It's not something like we are doing Buddhism or something like.
No.
We are no. We're not able to do that. We are in this side of the world. It's really tough for us to get into that. But there's a lot of things of mindfulness that we can apply to sports.
Of course.
And I was a really admirer of Phil Jackson. So I studied a lot of his work.
Okay.
He was more like a
The Zen master.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was in love with that when I was working with that psychologist, and I learned a lot of what one of their books, 11 Rings.
Okay.
Was the same as they took that as the last dance of that series.
Oh yeah.
Oh
It
yeah.
was based on that. It was based on that book.
Okay.
11 Rings. So it's an amazing book that every coach should read. How the guys manage egos and how he was working all those kind of pressure that the winning team have to suffer.
Wow, man, that's great. I love hearing that stuff. Like especially like Hopi, you being a coach and me getting into her now. I mean, hearing that stuff is just you like hearing that.
Well, you have to practice that. I mean, we like to swing the ball. We got to catch and throw and play.
Yes,
but in order to get it, to the next level, you had to practice the mental stuff. You got to practice the emotional control. You got to practice. And the only way is just to get into the table. Hey, this we need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing we can do about getting better if we don't do this. And that's just the only way to get better.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's jump back to that finals against Japan here for a sec. I get asked, how crazy was that double play to get out of the ninth? Because that was unreal.
Well, you know what? We practiced that in games for years.
Right.
Because we say, okay, we got that situation. The middle infielders are going to play not in. They are going to play like they are going to have if they catch the ball, they have to go 2-1.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Because we don't need to. We need to cover a little bit more spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened if we don't get it? If we don't get it, we lose. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's our choice.
Yeah.
Okay. And we are going to lose happily, because we think that's what we are going to be capable to do. So don't think about losing. Think about what are you going to do if the ball is coming to you.
Yes.
And you're going to do the right thing. And it happens. It happens. We saw that, Argentina saw that in a game in between Bahamas and Canada. I think in the 84 tournament, ISF, something like that, about 30 or 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And those guys from Bahamas, they did that twice. So we got and our coaches or those players that were my coaches, they were like marvelous with that. So we start to think about that. Why we don't play just, the corners are going to play with home plate, and the middle infielders, they have to do that. And that's what that was the order, and thanks God it happened.
Yeah.
If not, you weren't talking to me right now.
No, we probably still would
You
be.
were talking to another coach.
I don't think the Japan coach probably doesn't speak English.
No. You know the difference between winning or losing. When you're a crazy guy, and then if you win it, you're a genius.
Yeah.
The same guy,
Yeah.
So winning helps you a lot.
Yeah.
Winning helps you a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So the grounder to second, the toss to first to end the game. Walk us through that and the emotions of it all.
It was just I just can't describe it with words.
Yeah.
I feel so overwhelming that when we finish a tournament winning, that I'm not able to get to the winning side and get a medal or whatever. I just get my things together and just run away, to the bleachers and watch my team, happily getting those trophies. You're not gonna be seeing me. You're not gonna see me on those kind of ceremonies. I just got so overwhelming with my emotions that I rather get aside and watch the price of the work.
Right.
So.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's just me. I don't say other guys that have to do it. It's just the way I am.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
No, sir.
Not at all. Now you're going into New Zealand, 2022, defending champion. What's the mindset going into New Zealand?
We got to be better. We got to be better than we were at Prague. We got to be better at physically. We got to be very technically. We got to be very emotionally, and hopefully we get to the final day. And it's up to every individual guy that right now they're all just traveling to the U.S. and Canada to play their season over there, and it's up to them to work every day to get better. It's not just playing the weekends; it's just work on weeks and playing on weekends.
Right.
And they know that each player will have a sheet, a working sheet, and I won't be there, so I know I can monitor that from here, but it's up to everybody. I mean, it's up to every individual guy.
Yeah,
and I know it will be amazing to be in New Zealand soil to get there and get a winning team. Playing, for the last day and see what happened in the last day. And it's a totally different format of tournament. So the round robin and the super round and there's no playoffs. So every game is like a final game.
That's right.
Because if you lose two games, probably you won't get to the final game. So it's a different way to play. I don't really like it, but I can't do anything about that. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying, I got to prepare my teams for that format anyway.
Yeah,
it's going to be awesome for sure.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, the fact that we get to have a world tournament again, after this pandemic, and everybody gets to watch it, and hopefully the coverage of it is, everybody gets to see the coverage, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be phenomenal.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Now, actually, a question before we get going here. I want to ask: is there anybody in the junior program coming up that that you have your eye on down there?
Yeah. It's more difficult to get young guys in the national team right now, because all the guys from national teams are young.
Yeah.
Besides Bruno Motroni there's 4 or 5 guys that are 30 and plus.
Right.
But most of them are 30 and under. So it's tough to get those guys on the men's national team. But we got 2 pitchers that are coming strong, and we're working with them, and they will be playing the U20, the 23 and under World Tournament, which is going to be Paraná.
Oh yeah, that's right.
A month before men's, and I'm sure every game is going to be on streaming.
Yes.
So we all are going to see what are going to be the rising stars of the
That's
game.
nice. Yeah.
And it was going to be really nice, because this is the only way that we can keep on working and keep on improving, worldwide.
Yeah,
that's right.
We need to do that.
Absolutely. Well, Julio, listen, buddy, I got to thank you for coming on. This is, getting a chance to sit down and talk to you. I mean, head coach of the, number 1 ranked team in the world right now.
It's not bad.
Not bad. And, come on and pick your. Oh, wait, Hobie. What do you got, Hobie?
We've been practicing this.
Oh, that wasn't loud.
Oh, shit.
Oh, come on, Google.
Muchas gracias, Julio. Realmente aprecio tenerte.
That's my girlfriend in the background.
Yes, she's sweet.
Siri. My girlfriend Siri.
Well, I am thankful for you. For the work that you do, spreading the word of Fastpitch around the world. And I have to say sorry to the listeners from your program, because my English is not, really well.
Your English is fantastic.
I need to improve it. So, but anyway, I have fun. I had a lot of fun. Every time I talk, I play, or coach.
Yeah, you love it.
Or I watch Fast Pitches. I will die thinking about it for sure.
Absolutely. So, we love the sport the same as you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
I know that.
Yes. Listen, Julio, best of luck down in New Zealand.
Yes,
we wish you all the best, except for against Canada, of course.
Of course. I know those guys are going to beat us, of course. No, well, it happened, every time. Every now and then.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
Okay.
Take care.
Take care. Enjoy talking to you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Beauty.
What a great interview.
Man, so fantastic. His English was very good. It's actually better than some of the newfies we've had on here.
You're talking about Bowley.
Oh, perhaps, or Hilly. I don't know. Anyway, he was fantastic, man.
Just a lot. It's funny, like he brought up taking notes.
I love picking the brain of coaches. It's amazing.
Yeah.
God, it's amazing.
But I mean, he brought up taking notes.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
OB and Mark Sorensen. I mean, that's something I think, people on the upswing here that listen to the podcast. I mean, maybe that's something that you should be thinking about, going into tournaments, writing down what this batter did, what this pitcher did. And,
well, Sean O'Brien said he had his little black book. He had all that shit in there. Yeah.
So did Mark Sorensen. Black book too. Yeah. So, I mean, man, it can, maybe I should start doing that for the Shooters League.
Yeah. Your black book looked a little different than what we're talking about when you were growing up.
Anyway, that was
fantastic.
That was awesome.
I wish them the best of luck for sure.
Yeah.
At the same time, go Canada, go, of course. But Yeah. Great guy.
Hopefully the stream's really good and that we get some English. But if not, we're gonna have to learn our Spanish.
Really matter. Well, you kind of understand a baseball.
Baseball.
It's not baseball.
I know. That's what I had in my head. But,
and I know that coffee commercial off by heart too. The one they showed it between innings. Yeah.
And that former Major League Baseball player.
Yeah, from the Marlins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that was awesome.
That was awesome. Anyway, we have our
so this is coming out on Tuesday.
This is coming out Tuesday. Yeah. Well, they'll be hearing it on Tuesday, so of course they're going to know it's Tuesday.
Right. We're not going to tell anybody.
I'm not even editing this.
That's fine.
But again, we have our Shooters League kickoff tournament coming up this weekend, and then the following weekend we're in Fredericton. So any of the New Brunswick listeners, you want to see some good ball, get to Fredericton Prospect Park.
Yep.
You'll see some good action there. And anyway, another week.
Looking forward to getting on the ball field.
Yep.
Everybody be safe out there, and thanks for listening to us. Keep liking, slapping, punching, whatever you do on the Twitter, FaceTime accounts, whatever they're called.
Yeah. Share, like. That's about it. Anyway, Hobie, have a good week.
You too, man.
Classify.
I love you so. I love you so. I know I never took it serious. Then what we had got fucked up. We grew apart, but in my heart I still love ya. Back at the start I thought it lasted so long. Went by so fast, now it feels like the passion is gone. Everything I loved about you just got pissed away. And it really gets to be because I miss some days. You was modest, honest, pretty much your god. It's the farthest thing from bitchy or heartless. And never saw less of the jobless parthead. Even though I couldn't get your cards and chocolates, you put up with my nonsense day after day. You were one of them types you don't let get away. Shit, we used to get looped together. I remember one time you were so sick we almost puked together. Your mood was better then, but who would've knew what we had we would soon lose forever. Damn, I still love you.
You were like my sunshine. We were too young for love, but I knew you'd be mine. Had to let you go and get on with my life. Now I got you back, ain't no leaving this time. And I know I can always rely when I know you'll be keeping me high. So I won't let you go, not again, cause I know I learned my lesson. I know I can't take it serious. You gotta know what I'm feeling, that's this type of love ain't hard to find. But you know you're always on my mind. I know I can't take it serious.
I'm going through the same thing right now, man.
This type of love
I gotta
ain't
say
hard
something on
to
this one.
find.
Okay, yeah, I know. I said I wouldn't do it, but I did it. And now it got me wishing that my position was switching. Never no hugs, no tongue, never kissing. But keep fucking with us since the first day I hit it. The minute that you talked, I would listen. You made the way that I walk a little different. I like your vibe, like the way that you feel. Your hairstyle from the start, now you're paying my bills. I gotta love it. Yeah, I'm a little obsessed, and I'll confess, without you I feel a little depressed. The wife's had it, sick of me giving you my attention. Really, I see a point, but it was never my intention. I'm always talking and bragging you up like, yo, check this, is she amazing or what? And the fatter that you get, the better, I can't complain. The mistress in my life, music before the fame, I love
Girl
it.
knows that you're always on time. And the minute she's gone, you can chill and just fine.
Are you downsizing? Maybe need more room because of additions to the family, or possibly seeking that dream home you've always wanted. Well, Tim Eisner at Royal LePage Atlantic is the guy for you. With a proven track record and multiple awards, Tim goes above and beyond to find out your needs and exactly what you're looking for. So if you're seeking a new home or trying to sell your current one, contact Tim at 902-499-5717 or check him out on Facebook at Tim Eisner. Again, that's 902-499-5717. Trust me, when all is said and done, we'll be saying Tim Eisner strikes again.